But the big news is not necessarily the game tonight. It's the mess that was yesterday in Chicago. Justin Fields has a mess to clean up, and this is how it all started. Now, keep in mind, when you see a tweet, you don't know if it's in context, or can you put it in context? Justin Fields, this was a tweet yesterday. Justin Fields is doing a press conference, and there was a tweet that was sent out. Justin Fields acknowledged that he has been playing too robotic, then bit the pin off the grenade and rolled it into the building with his explanation for why he believes it's that way. He said coaching. And then there was the tweet that followed that said, wow, a lot more of that in a bit. Well, there is a lot more to the answer that Justin Fields has, so let's put it in context. Here's Justin Fields.
I felt like, I wasn't necessarily playing my game. Felt like I was kind of robotic and not playing like myself. My goal this week is just to say F it and just go out there and play football how I know how to play football. That includes thinking less and just going out there and playing off of instincts rather than just so much, so to say, info in my head, data in my head, and literally just going out there playing football. Because that's when, I play my best is when I'm just out there playing free and being myself.
Okay. So, yes, it's on coaching, but it's on him. And then there was more to it after that.
I don't think it's too many coaching voices, but I just think when you're fed a lot of information at a point in time and trying to think about that info, like when you're playing, it doesn't let you play like yourself. You're trying to process so much information to where it's like, if I just simplified in my mind, I would have did this. Like, I saw a few plays on Sunday to where if I was playing like my old self, like, we would have had a positive play. Like, there would have been, a few more third down conversions. So I think that's the biggest thing for me is just, playing the game how I know how to play it, how I've been playing it my whole life. So that's what I got to get back to doing.
I don't think he realized what he said. Now, he had comments to say, and then after practice, he basically welcomed the media over. That doesn't happen. Athletes are like, I don't want to answer any more questions. But here you go. Here's Justin Fields later in the day.
This is the one that got him in hot water. This is the one before practice.
Oh, okay.
When you say thinking less, what do you think was causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
Could be coaching. They're doing their job when they're giving me what to look at and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes, it's time to play free at that point. So, just thinking less and, playing more.
Okay. But if you stop the tweet and you stop at coaching, then all of a sudden you've detonated the grenade. He did go on to say, other things. I think once you say what you really feel, and then I think he caught himself in the moment, and he's like, you know what? I need to clean that up a little bit. Then you go to practice. Then after practice, that's when he probably checks his phone, social media, and all of a sudden you realize there's something to this. Well, what do you do? What do you do if you're Matt Eberflus? He's the head coach of the Bears.
Did you have the same, come to the same conclusion after the game when you watched that game that he needs to get back to kind of playing the way he likes?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, when if he's feeling that way, then then yes. I think that a player needs to feel free. He needs to have the flow of the game. He needs to use his instincts. That's what you want from players, right? You have any players like that, right? If it's a receiver, linebacker, defensive line, those guys, you got to play free, right? And the guys were brought here to play that way. We want to see them. We want to see those in the game situations. Certainly, as a quarterback, you got to go through your progressions, but there's also instincts that are involved in that. And we want them to have that flow. We want them to have that freedom to do those things.
I can't imagine what it must have been like for the head coach to have been told what Justin Fields said. PR person probably said, Coach, come here. Justin kind of called out the coaching staff and he's playing robotic. What? And then you go to practice and you're probably steaming through practice. All of a sudden, it's going viral. Now, at the end of practice, I think that's where you call over the quarterback and you say, you know what, got to clarify some things here. I'm going to tamp this down. This isn't a big deal. Your defensive coordinator just quit. Like, you're 0-2. Your coach, does he make me too robotic? There are too many voices here. I want to be free. I want to play. You got the Kansas City Chiefs coming up.
Oh, no.
You're 12 and a half or 13-point underdogs here. Then all of a sudden they're like, hey, reporters, come on back in. Let me try to make this a little bit better, a little bit nicer. It feels like Justin Fields said what he felt, and that is he's being robotic. He's not running the ball. They're trying to make him a passer, and he might not be a passer. Here's what he said after practice.
I love you guys, but, I get that you guys' jobs are to get clicks, so it's like when you take my quote out of context, when you just say that, if you paint the picture on the inside out, like, y'all are trying to split us up as a team. I'm not blaming anything on the coaches. I'm never going to blame anything on the coaches, never going to blame anything on my teammates. I will take whatever happens in the game, I will take all the blame. I don't care if it's a drop pass, it should have been a pass. Put it on me. But never will you hear anything come out of my mouth to where I will blame it on somebody else. In this organization, my teammates, never will you hear that. So I just want to clear that up and just know that, like, I need to play better. That's it, point blank. If y'all, that's what I should have said in the first place. But, I was trying to give y'all more details because, I appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do. And I try to give y'all the information y'all want for you guys' job. So I'm going to do that. And in the future, but I ask you guys just to put the whole quote out. Don't cut it up into words and pieces to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not.
Okay, that part is fair. But don't tell me that you're going to give the reporters a little bit more because I respect what you guys do. Let me throw some people under the bus here while I give you something else to write about. Yes, Eden.
This is a classic case of half and then half.
Yes, yes,
my guy.
Yeah.
Less is more. Less is more, my dude. That's way too much.
All you need to say is, my bad. I'm frustrated, and I should be putting the blame on me, not anybody else. It's on me. I'm a competitor. I want to win. I'm embarrassed out there because I'm better than this, and I still want to be a playoff team. I'm a playoff-type quarterback here. I got to start, getting a better game plan, processing that better, and being able to go out on the field and then deliver that.
I can't think of a soundbite that I've heard recently where someone is right and then wrong, and then right and then wrong. And if it was like a scale, it would be going like up and down and up and down. You're right and then you're wrong. No, don't say that. Yes, do say. No, don't say that. Yes, do say that.
It was a teeter-totter.
It was
it's like I'm up and I'm down. Up, I'm
like,
down.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. No, don't say that. Oh, no, yes. Okay, now you got it. Oh, no, don't.
Yeah, Paulie.
You know when someone's backing up a car and you're giving directions? Yeah, go over the. No. Yep. Right here. Just come to me. No. He was so close. Like his point about the media taking the coaching word and leaving it as a standalone. He's right. That set off the fire yesterday nationally.
But it's like when you're trying to back up a truck with a boat. And you always have to go the opposite. It's like, wait, do I go this way? No, I go to this. Oh, this. That's what he's doing. He's got his pickup truck, and there's a boat on the back, and he's trying to back it up. Yes, Heaton.
And the funny part of it, too, is that he's right. It was not put in the proper context.
Sure.
However, when put in the proper context, he's blaming the coaches.
He did.
So ultimately, the point was exactly the same.
He does blame coaches, and then he goes on to talk about other things. But you start out by blaming the coaches. You blame yourself. Then if you want to say, you know what, I got to get with the coaches. I got to get the information quicker. I can't be robotic. I'm spontaneous. This is what I did the first couple of years here. I know they want to make me a pocket passer. My goal is to be like Lamar Jackson. But right now I'm still learning that process. He might be Cam Newton. He might not be a good pocket passer. He might that's where you just say, go out and play. And if you get hurt, you get hurt. But you already decided that you traded away the number one pick. You gave that up. You believed in Justin Fields. And that's all management has to say. And the coaching staff, look, we believe in him. We gave up the first pick overall. That's how much we believe in him. He is our quarterback. We will get this right. But they're not a good team. The expectation level, I didn't understand it. Still don't understand it. Did I think he'd rush for 1,000 yards? Yes. Did I think that they were a 6-win team? Yes. That's it. Nothing else to see here. Yes, Todd.
How does someone from the media not defend the group and themselves saying, we want to get clicks? You said that that they're making me robotic, that there's too much information. The very first thing he said was that it could be the coaching. So
Well, the rest of the media doesn't have to try to explain for the original tweet. The original tweet, once again, I'll give that to you, that says he acknowledged that he's been playing too robotic, but then bit the pin off the grenade and rolled it into the building with his explanation for why he believes it's that way. And then in parentheses or quotations, it says coaching.
That's from the Chicago Tribune reporter.
That's
The
it.
pin off the grenade is so funny.
It's inflammatory.
Yeah. But he doesn't add anything more. Now, after coaching in parentheses, he could have said Fields also acknowledged that he's to blame or whatever it might be. But he just put, wow, a lot more on that in a bit.
But you know what's funny? With Twitter these days or X, you're not limited anymore. It's not like you're limited in characters or what you could write. He could have written the entire quote or could have written it in context right off the bat because this made everyone tune into the press conference.
Yeah, now all of a sudden I cared about the Bears. And I normally don't care about the Bears. I think I did in 85. That's the last time I cared about the Bears. Yes, Seton.
I might be like out on an island on this one, but I don't actually think what he said was all that bad when he blamed coaching. I don't think the idea that saying the coaches are filling my head with too much stuff. He could have said it better. He could have said, I'm having a hard time processing all of the info. No, actually, you can't say that. You can't say I'm having a hard time processing all this. But I don't think that his main point of this is being made too complicated and I'm getting too much information is all that bad.
Yeah. You have to start by blaming yourself. Then if you want to say, look, I'm robotic and I keep, I'm trying to process the plays.
But nothing is more robotic than quarterbacks being like, that starts with me.
Well,
that's
but
the most
no, but it
robotic thing
should.
quarterbacks say.
I know.
Starts
That's
with me.
That's
Starts with
when
me.
he needed to be robotic, Seton.
Stupid.
That's when he needed to be robotic.
I'm sorry, being like, if it's a drop pass, then blame it on me.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I hate this part about quarterbacks in sports. It starts with me.
I love
No,
the
man,
fact
that dude dropped the pass.
I love that he gave us this quote, but he could have said what he needed to say in a different way.
Yeah.
Then this isn't a story. First of all, it's Chicago. They are hungry for a winner, and you bypassed the number 1 overall pick. You kept him, and you're now 0-2. You lost to the Packers at home. You lost to Tampa Bay, and now you have Kansas City. This is desperate times here. And is Justin Fields their future? I mean, we're going to find out here real quick if they're all in on Justin Fields. Everybody brings up, well, Mitchell Trubisky led him to 2 playoff appearances. Great. And he hasn't played football since they got rid of him. They had a better team. Goes back to what I said about Patrick Mahomes. If you put Patrick Mahomes on the Bears, he's a curiosity. They're not a good team. He's on a great team in Kansas City, and he's a great quarterback. As a result, he takes advantage of all of those things. Justin Fields needs to have somebody that he tries to emulate. And I say it's Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has become a credible pocket passer. He's also a dangerous runner. But if you watch Justin Fields, if you watch the coach's tape, the all-22 they call it, he's had opportunities to throw the football. It's on him. He doesn't pull the trigger. He's been sacked. Why is he being sacked? Because he holds on to the football. Now, is he holding on to the football because he doesn't want to be that running quarterback? Michael Vick got $100 million after he learned how to stay in the pocket. You can run only so long. And Justin Fields is going to find that out. Because when you start to slow down, those other guys don't. And you're going to get hit. He's gotten hit more than anybody. Run if you want to. If that's your offense, run. But when you say, I got too much information, that's when you go to the coaching staff and you say, Coach, I need to be freer out there. Got to help me a little bit. Not to the media. Now, I loved it. But you don't go to the media and say, hey, I'm robotic. The coaches are to blame. I mean, right? Now, unless you're not getting anything from these coaches where, hey, I've told them this. They want me to be this. Okay. I mean, there's a lot there. But when you play the blame game, it rarely goes well for the blamer.
Blame the media too. Which
Yes.
is,
You guys like clicks.
yeah, you guys said that. You guys made me say that coaching thing's for clicks. That's you guys do that.
Yeah, Paulie.
Quick question for the room. I'm going to let it sit out there because you guys are not Bears fans and most people listening are not Bears fans. Who do you think the average sports fan think is to blame for what happened yesterday? Justin Fields or other?
I'd say the media.
You don't think the Bears organization, like for general struggles at the quarterback position, is it the person they have at quarterback or the organization that around him?
Well, okay, if the quote is in context, then does that kind of water this down a little bit? So I'm going to start with, the quote taken out of context and let it hang there. That's when everybody was like, whoa, did you hear what Justin Fields said?
I guess I mean more bigger picture. The Bears are very good at
Well,
taking...
Justin Fields should not have said this publicly. That's all. If he doesn't say it publicly, then we don't have this. So I have to start there. If he's not getting answers in the building, then you got a bigger problem there. Bears had a bad day yesterday. And they got the Chiefs coming up. They had their defensive coordinator quit under suspicious circumstances. Yes, Heaton.
Is the question who's to blame for the story yesterday or who's to blame for the Bears not being any good?
It's more like the Bears not being any good consistently.
That's two answers, I think.
Those are two different questions.
Yeah.
I could blame that reporter yesterday for that being a story.
Yeah.
That absolutely became a story because of that tweet.
Yes.
So my final point is, you said, and I agree with you, that if Mahomes went to the Bears, he'd probably be a B-level quarterback right now. He couldn't outlast the Bears or outdo the. What do they do? What's the problem with this franchise that they can't get a good quarterback? I don't think they've had a 4,000-yard passer ever.
Really?
I don't think so. I think Eric Kramer was like the closest.
Okay.
Maybe Fields.
Well, I have a question for you, and we can save our answers. If you're Caleb Williams and you had an opportunity to go to Arizona or Chicago, what would you take? Other.